if you'd like.
Mine's not as fancy.
No, you're fine. That's my backup when this one won't turn on, so it's okay. All right, so let me just start with, did you know Tamla before the night of the party?
I met her that night.
Had you seen her at, like...
Nothing. I met most of the people there that night, except for Jen, Jean, and Nicole. But, like, I knew Sarah, I knew her face from cheerleading.
Uh-huh.
That was it. That's actually how I knew the other two ladies, is because of cheerleading.
All right, so you knew Jean,
Jen,
and who else?
and then Nicole. Like, only one time before that, I met Nicole, though. Everyone else, it was the first time I ever met everyone else, though.
Okay. Well, let's just start, and I know you've been through this with the sheriff's office, and I kind of told your husband this the other day, but yes, I've read all that stuff, but the way I try to do this, since they're asking us to basically rework the investigation, I don't like to use what other people have done. So I'm going to basically have you go through it all again for me, but that's just because I like to hear it from you and not from what I've read on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of this stuff is going to be stuff you've already answered, stuff you've already told people. But I like to just kind of start fresh, start over from a new set of eyes, basically, is what I'm trying to do here. So just kind of tell me, how did you get invited to this party?
Well, actually, Jen, I knew Jen before, so she's like the only one I really ever hung out with. And prior to that, I met her at a concert too that John bought tickets and she couldn't go, so she gave them to my husband. And I just randomly met her there, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we know them. They were supposed to come." And that was like 2 years before that, or a year before that maybe.
Okay.
And then I hadn't talked to her for like a good year and a half or whatever. And then I saw her at a cheer competition, and then we talked a little bit more, and then we tried to get together to do something for my birthday. And that's when I met Jean and Nicole, because she invited them. Because I'm new to the area, so I've only lived here for a couple years now. But before that, I worked from home, and I didn't do anything.
Okay,
that was like the first time I've gone out ever and met people, and this happens.
Okay, so you had only recently met Jean, what, in October? Because your birthday was in October?
Correct. Well, I mean, I knew of her from the gym, but I've never hung out with her socially.
Okay.
Like, the only person I ever hung out before that socially was just Jen, and that was only like maybe 2 times ever. But we talk socially, not at a competition.
Okay. So you had seen Jean before, you're familiar with her, you just hadn't really spent time with her. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say gym, cheerleading gym?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So how did you end up getting invited to Jean's party then?
Well, we were all at Marlowe's Tavern, like, for my birthday. And then they planned it they're like, well, let's do something for your birthday. It's like in 2 weeks. And then Jean's like, well, it's football season. Let's just have a football party at my house. And then that's basically.
So they kind of started planning her party at your birthday dinner? Okay.
Yeah, to like figure something out, I guess. But I didn't even know if I was going to be able to go because I just started a new job. Like, I was working 2 jobs that I just started, the second job.
Okay.
And then I also just started school, too. So.
Okay. So you were busy.
Yeah.
Did you get an invitation to the party? Because I know Stacy sent out Evites. I've talked to her.
I don't think so. I think it was just a verbal. I don't think I did. I'm not sure.
Okay. Did you and Jen go together? Did you go by yourself?
I went by myself.
Okay. So how'd you get her address and stuff and the details for the party? Do you remember who talked to you?
Somebody probably texted to me.
Okay, you don't remember who it was?
I'm not sure who it was.
About what time did you arrive at Sean's? Do you remember? I know I'm asking 18 months back, so if you don't remember, don't be afraid to tell me you don't remember.
It was 8, maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. It wasn't like late or anything, but it wasn't super early because I had to work that day.
Okay, we'll say approximately 8 p.m.
Yeah, because I didn't get off work until 5 o'clock at least.
And then you would have had to come home before you went
I
there.
work all the way down in Alpharetta, so I would have had to come home, and then I definitely went home and then left and came back over there.
Okay. Do you remember who all was there when you arrived?
Pretty much I know Tam wasn't there yet. She doesn't come until later in the evening.
Okay.
So, but,
Or maybe that's either who all arrived after you.
maybe Tam and Paula. I'm not positive though, to be honest. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know very many people. I didn't even know their names until after all this shit happened.
Right.
Sorry.
No,
Excuse my
you're
French.
fine. You're fine. Okay, but for sure, you remember Tam and Paula came after you. You remember them showing up after.
I think so. I know Tam did 100%. Paula, though, like, I think she did, because I wasn't really paying attention because I never had met her either before,
Right.
so.
Okay.
But, I mean, there was, like, Stacy was there, and her husband, Jean, and Jose were there. Jen was there. I think Nicole and Sarah were both there. I think they were.
Okay.
Jean's aunt was there. I think that was everybody.
Okay.
Oh, and Bridget was there. She was sitting on the couch, so.
Okay. Did you know that Tom and Jose were there when you got there?
Yeah, they were sitting watching football.
Okay. So they were in the living room when you got there?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were.
Okay.
I know Jose was definitely sitting there watching football, and I'm pretty sure they were talking about football.
Let me preface this because I'm going to be asking questions about drinking, doing drugs. I'm not here to get on anybody, to judge anybody for any of
I don't
that.
do drugs. You can ask me anything you want to ask me about
and
drugs.
that's fine. I mean, even other people, I don't want people to keep to lie about that kind of stuff because they're afraid.
Ask me whatever you want because I'm going to be bluntly honest. I don't like drugs. I don't want to be around drugs, and I've never liked drugs.
Okay.
So.
And that's fine. And that's what, but I just want to, because sometimes people are afraid to tell the truth about that stuff. And of course, then that's a lie. And then what else are we lying about? So that's where I just want to make sure that people know. I don't care if people are snorting lines of cocaine. Nobody's going to get in trouble for that. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Tam.
If somebody was doing that, I would have left. Like, 100%.
Okay. No, and I get that, and that's a lot of people don't lie about that, but there are times where people are worried about what other people would think and that kind of stuff. So I just want to make sure, I like to preface that before we even get to it because I don't want it to be an issue in our interview, if that makes sense. Were you drinking that night?
I had maybe 3 drinks.
What were you drinking?
Blueberry vodka and soda or ginger beer.
So
Soda water, ginger beer, something like that. The only reason I remember that is because I had never had it before and I had it at my birthday party. So they bought a bottle of it because it was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember, was everybody drinking that night? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
Okay. Is it fair to say there were other people there drinking, though you weren't drinking by yourself? Okay.
No, absolutely. But I'm not babysitting people. I have no idea.
Right.
Who was drinking.
And I understand. I've taught, like, I can tell you, I talked to Stacy the other day, and it's the same thing I told her. I know I'm asking you 18 months ago, and you weren't sitting there with a notepad taking notes because nobody expected something like this to happen. So I get that, I'm not asking you, if you don't, like I said, if you don't remember, you don't remember, and that's fine. Or if you don't know because you just weren't paying attention to it, that's fine too. Okay. Just kind of, what were your interactions with Tam after she got there?
She just introduced herself to me, and I just casual conversation for a few minutes, and she kind of just moved on and socialized with everybody else.
Okay.
I mean, one-on-one, I'd say that. But, like, I know we all played a game at the end of the night, and she called her sister or somebody in Florida, FaceTime them, and we all said hi to them. I'm not sure who it was, though. I think it was her sister, maybe her daughter. Does she have a daughter?
Yeah.
It could have been her. But, I mean, I hung out with Jen most of the night because she's probably the person I knew the best there.
So other than when she came in, she introduced herself, did you have any like other one-on-one conversations with her or spend any time with her while she was there, kind of getting to know her?
Not really. I mean, we were sitting out on the balcony, but there was other people around, and we talked a little bit, and she just talked about like Florida, and then her parents who live in the islands, because I was telling her, oh yeah, I lived in South Florida because I work for a cruise line. Where are your parents from? Because she was talking about like the Caribbean and stuff, but that was pretty much the extent of it. And that was early in the night too.
Okay. So she said her parents were from the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Or living in the Caribbean, did she say? Okay.
From the Caribbean?
Okay.
Can I grab my water?
Yeah, of course. Was Tam smoking when you were outside with her? Do you remember?
Yes. She went out several times to go smoke.
Was anybody else smoking at the party that you know of?
I don't know.
Okay. Was anybody smoking besides her smoking when you were out on the balcony with her?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know.
No, and that's fine. That's why I'm asking.
That was probably my only time I was out on the balcony with her, though.
Okay. So you think there's only the one time when you're sitting out there having that like conversation with
Yeah.
her? Okay.
But I saw her going in and out of the house quite a few times. That's why.
Okay. Was she drinking? that
Yes.
you know of? What was she drinking?
Bottle of tequila that she got from Mexico. I think. Well, I'm pretty sure it was from Mexico because it had like a maker's label on it.
Uh-huh.
So, and she said it's like one of the best tequilas she's ever had, and she talked a lot about the tequila.
Was anybody else drinking it?
I didn't see anybody else drink it. I think she offered it to several people, but they're like, no.
Did you drink any of it? Did you have a shot of it that night or take a sip from a bottle, anything like that you recall?
I didn't take a shot. I had like a tiny sip of it, and I thought it was really nasty. And it wasn't from the bottle. It was just from like a little Dixie cup.
Okay.
But I mean, it wasn't even a full blown. It was literally
Like a little sip.
like a little taste of it, and it was disgusting.
Gotcha. Did you ever touch the bottle that she had? Do you remember?
I have no idea. It was sitting on a bar, so I mean, somebody could have moved it over. I don't think I touched it, but I don't think I touched it.
Okay.
The only thing I touched was just the blueberry vodka, I think.
Okay.
And I bought a bottle of rosé for Jean for her birthday. And it was in a gift bag or whatever, and
Okay.
we set it on the bar.
Okay.
But that was about it.
Okay. What was Tam's demeanor that night?
Happy, bouncing around, bubbly, like she was having a blast. She was excited because she got to go out and hang out, and go out and hang out and everything without the kids and stuff like that. But I mean, she was in a great mood all night. Everybody was having fun, joking around. And
did she seem intoxicated to you at all?
not really. I mean, she wasn't lethargic or anything, but yeah, she was definitely tipsy, if that makes sense.
Okay. So tipsy, but not necessarily slurring or stumbling, like to the point where y'all were worried about her.
No,
That you saw.
No.
Okay. I mean, don't let me put words in your mouth. That's all. I'm just kind of asking.
I mean, honest to God, no. I wasn't paying attention to her. I really wasn't. I was talking to Jen because Jen was talking to me about her DUI that she got, and she was all embarrassed about it, and she had like a meltdown and everything. So I was mainly talking with her and just hanging out with her.
Well, and from my understanding, like I said, from reading other reports and stuff, Jen was pretty intoxicated that night too.
That's why I made her go to bed.
Okay. I was gonna say, I thought you were the one that.
Yeah, we were one of the first people to go to bed too, because there were still a bunch of people in the living room talking and everything, and Jose came into the bedroom and hooked up the TV for us, and then put a movie on for us, and then he left and I shut the door. And there was still people outside. I could hear people outside and like hear the TV outside and everything.
And when you say outside, you mean like in the living room?
Yeah, in the living room.
Okay. So you guys went to sleep on that main floor?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know about what time it was?
Maybe 11 something.
Okay.
Because I had to get up early the next morning because I had to go to work. And it was my first day working at Coach.
Okay.
So I set my alarm that night for, I want to say maybe it was like 5:15 or something like that to get up to go home. So that way I could kind of like get ready and.
Okay. You and Jen went to bed. Did you ever get up during the night to get water, go to the bathroom, anything like that? Do you know if Jen did?
No. She was out. That door never opened until I left. Excuse me.
You said you set your alarm for what time?
It was around 5 something in the morning. And when I got up to leave too, the TV was still on. All the lights were on in the house still, like in the living room and kitchen, because it was kind of connected. Uh-huh. And then there was nobody in the living room area. The door wasn't open or anything like that I could see. I just got my purse and I left.
And when you say door, you're talking about the door to the balcony?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you turn off the TV or the lights or anything?
I didn't touch anything.
And I think, and just to clear this up, because if I remember correctly, the time on the door alarm says like 4 something in the morning that you left, but that's because of the time change, correct?
I'm guessing.
Is that what the issue is there? Okay. So, but according to your phone, you would have left the house a little after 5. If you had set your alarm for 5 something and then left.
I'm guessing. Like, honestly, I set my alarm clock. I know that for, like, a fact, but, like... Yeah, because the time change, it would have still been on the normal time for the doors, wouldn't it?
That's my guess. That's why I'm trying to... Because I was expecting you to tell me that you got up at 4 something, so that's why I'm asking. But I know the time changed that night.
Yeah. So I set my alarm. I swear it was at 5.
Okay. And like I said, it could just be something where the time on her system was still an hour, because I'll have to find out. And it's fine. It's nothing that's going to hink you up. I'm just asking because I'm trying to piece all this together just like you guys are. So we're just trying to put it all together. Let's see.
We all just need freaking dog trackers, so...
Yeah. So Jen was still sleeping when you left?
Yeah. Okay. She kind of woke up a little bit and she's like, "Are you leaving?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to go home now."
Okay. So she was still in bed though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the night before. I'm sure you've probably at least heard or you're aware that Tam had marijuana in her system. Mm-hmm. Did you see her smoke marijuana that night?
I did not see her.
Okay. Were you aware that she had it?
No. Okay. I didn't think she had it because I thought Jose said something, or she maybe made a comment about marijuana. He's like, "Don't bring that shit around here."
Was that early on in the night that he said that?
Yeah, I would say relatively early. I don't even know what time she got there, to be honest with you.
Okay.
All I know is she showed up in a full-blown onesie.
So she was wearing the pajamas when she got there? Okay, so you never saw the marijuana at all?
No.
Never heard that she was smoking it out on the porch?
No, I didn't see any drugs or anything. The only thing I ever saw was the alcohol.
Okay.
And then her smoking a cigarette. And it was definitely a cigarette because you can smell the difference.
Right, yeah.
So,
are you aware of her taking any Xanax that night?
no.
Do you take Xanax?
I've had it before, yeah.
Okay. Did you have any with you that night?
No, absolutely not.
Do you know anybody at the party that did have some? I mean, that you saw, heard?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Bridget had any. I know she has like severe anxiety that's like really, really, really bad.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't want to say that and make it sound
that's
bad.
fine.
I don't know it. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what these women's. I don't know what these people's habits are. I'm not sure.
Right. No, and I understand. Like, I know that you didn't know most of them that well, so it's totally understandable. Okay. All right. I have to ask some rather pointed questions.
Why?
They're hard questions, but I have to ask them.
But why?
Because I have to, because you should have been asked the first time and they weren't. So I have to ask them. One, did you see Tam fall off of the porch?
Absolutely not.
Did you push Tam off of the
No.
porch? Even like on accident, bumped into
No,
her and she
no,
fell and then
absolutely
nobody
not.
was- Okay. Did you do anything to knowingly cause her death?
100% not. No, I did not. Just to clarify.
Okay.
This is fucking crazy.
Like I said, I knew they're tough questions, but these should have been asked from the beginning to make sure that nobody actually saw her fall. Because let's be honest, if she did accidentally fall, it could have been something where somebody saw her and was scared to say anything.
Yeah.
You would hope not, but these questions have to be asked. I have to make sure that none of y'all saw this, whether it was an accident or if somebody was mad at her for some reason. And I'm not, so far that's not what I'm seeing, but I need to make sure of that.
I understand.
And that's to try at this point, and it's like I told you, I know
It's just not fair
I know
that
this is
we're
awful,
being
but we're trying to
blamed
get
or-
closure for everybody so this can stop.
Right.
That's what we're hoping. I know, and I know that there's hesitations there. I get it, and I don't know.
I understand she fell, you know what? But like, this has also been like so traumatic on
for
everyone
everybody.
else
No,
too.
I understand that. I understand that,
And
and I hate that we're having to do this, but it's one of those things that when we have to, we have to. So, and that's where I'm at right now. So we're going to try to do this as quickly as we can to get this closed up for everybody involved. Do you have any questions for me that you think, I mean, if I can answer them, I will. I don't know if I can, but if you have questions that I can't answer, I'll be happy to.
I'm not sure. I'll let you finish first. I just,
Okay.
at this point, honestly, I didn't know this woman, and this has just been the worst freaking thing that's ever happened in my life, and it's awful, and it sucks for everyone. It really does, but like, it sucks so bad.
I know it
Like, I wish I would have never even like made friends in the state of Georgia.
Right.
Like, I don't even like leaving my house anymore because I'm terrified that somebody's gonna like hurt me for something I had nothing to do with.
Right. Well, and so the next question is going to be, and this is up to you. We're asking all of y'all if we can take your cell phones and download them. If you do you still have the same cell phone you had back then?
No.
Okay. Then I won't need it. We're just trying to see.
My phone broke, just for the record.
Okay.
My phone
No, that's fine.
broke.
And the reason we're asking, in case there's photos or text messages involving any of this, is what we're trying to get from you guys. Just trying to end the questions, if that makes sense. So that's where we're trying to kind of, if we can dump y'all's phones and show what was going on, then we don't have to worry about that. So we're asking, and if you guys are willing to, great. If you, like you said, if you have a new phone, then it doesn't matter. You won't have anything on it from 18 months ago. So,
Yeah, no, I have a brand new phone.
do you have any pictures from that night on your phone?
The only picture, no, I don't.
Okay.
The only picture that I ever had, I had because they sent it out to everybody, was
the one that's circulating.
the big group picture of everybody.
When did you get your new phone? Do you remember?
I don't know. Oh no, actually, we switched to a new service provider.
Okay.
So I want to say maybe in December, November of the.
So late 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple months ago. So.
All right. And the only picture you have was the one that was sent to you of the group.
Yeah.
Do you remember who sent it to you?
I think I took that picture of everybody.
Okay.
Or they used my phone to take that picture. Which probably sounds awful. Great.
No, it doesn't. It's fine. You're fine. How did you hear about Tamla's death the next morning?
Jen called me and told me, she's like, hey, you need to get back over here. I'm like, why? She's like, Tam's dead. I'm like, what? Excuse me?
Right.
What are you talking about? She's like, Tam's dead. They found her in the backyard. And I thought she was joking, to be honest with you.
Right.
And she's like, you need to come over here, like right now. And then I went there, and we weren't allowed inside the house or anything. And then the officers took our statements and everything.
So you didn't go back in the house. You went over there and met with officers outside.
Correct. They wouldn't let anybody back in the house. Except for the people that were in the house originally.
Okay, when they got there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, is there anything else you can think of that I haven't asked you that you remember from that night that is important? Anything that you just want to tell me?
No. It was really kind of just a mellow evening and everything. So what I want to ask is just has nothing to do with her. It's all the aftermath of everything going on.
All right, well, let me turn this off.